Hi, I'm Frank Hodashek, owner-operator of Cleared Hot Fishing LLC, a Kansas fishing guide service. I'm also a 20-year disabled veteran of the United States Air Force. I can guide on any Kansas lakes. You can go to my Facebook page, facebook.com, Cleared Hot Fishing, and under the services tab, it has the prices and the half day, full day, and right now in the summertime, I'm running a 2-hour after work special. What's included in a typical trip is all the equipment is provided. We can go over any of the electronics that you want to learn. I will help you to find and catch fish, and I will clean up to 50 fish in a day, but you can keep your limit. Tuttle Creek and Milford Lake are 50 per person crappie limit. So if there's 2 of you, you guys can keep 100 crappie. All you need on the trip is a fishing license, snacks or food to eat, any beverages besides water, no alcohol, and something to take home the bags of fillets in. And also, if you want to book a trip with me, you can go to my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/clearedhotfishing. You can contact me by messenger. You can contact me by email, which is clearedhotfishing@gmail.com, or you can contact me by my cell phone, 660-890-4453. Now, none of this would be possible without my awesome sponsors. Now, probably my biggest sponsor, and definitely one of the biggest supporters that I have, is H&H Rods and Reels. So I'm going to go over some of their rods that I keep on the boat to cover all the different types of fishing that I can do. So first, I have a 6-foot dock shooter. So this can be used for shooting docks. We have a marina here at Tuttle Creek, and there's a few marinas and docks at some of the other Kansas lakes. You can also cast with this. I have 6-pound monofilament line on it right now with a 1/16 ounce jig set up for that. Next, I keep 8-foot pulling rods on here. These can also be used for casting. If we find some white bass or wipers, this is what we usually go to catch them. It's a little bit easier to cast out to them and to reel them in. And I have these paired with usually a 1000 series reel. Next is a 10-foot mid-seat. So these are for smaller children. You know, sometimes I'll also use the 8-foot rod for them if we're vertical jigging, but I can also use a 10-foot mid-seat, which is a little bit lighter than the 11 and 12 foots. Next this is what I've been using 90% of the time on my guide trips this year. It's an 11-foot rear seat. It has a strong backbone. Clients can either hold it down by the reel, or they can hold it up at the top of the foam and rest the rest of it on their forearm, so they don't get tired all day. But this is probably the most versatile rod H&H has right now. I can actually cast with this. And then I also have the 12-foot Typhoon with the cork handle. It's got the adjustable seat, which I like rear seat, so I keep it down on the rear. And I'm always trying to get as much reach as possible. And I also let a bunch of line out and can flip it out to the fish before they get near the boat. My next sponsor is Pro Tough Baits, made by Dalton Thomas. These plastics are very tough, but also have a lot of action in the tails. So that's just me twirling around on my finger. Now this is a sneak peek of 6 of my favorite colors that I like to use. And you can contact him on Facebook, Pro Tough Baits. Another one of my sponsors is Spike It Outdoors, and they also make some tough plastic, and their baits come with diamond flash. So the UV in the sun reflects off of these and it almost looks like a shad. And these are my 4 go-to colors. They also provide some dip and glow, so you can change the colors of your lures. So I like this smoke with a white tail, so I can change it chartreuse or orange or pink or whatever I need to. And then instead of your standard orange and chartreuse, they went in reverse with chartreuse and orange. And then of course the Truman Lake #1 killer, June bug and chartreuse. The new sponsor for this year is Mad Crappie Jigs, Jerry LeBlanc. You can order his jigs by contacting him on Facebook, Mad Crappie Jigs. And here's a look at some of the awesome colors and sizes that he provides. So I have 16ths, I have 1/8, quarters, 3/8, and 1/2. He went to this new wire keeper head. It's almost a round head, but it's actually better with those. You can put those eyes on it to make it more round. But that wire keeper goes good with Spike It Outdoors and with Pro Tough baits. There's tough plastic, will hold on there for days. Some of the equipment I have on the boat, I have a Humminbird Mega G3N 10-inch on the console. I have a Minn Kota Ultrex 80-pound. And then I have the Garmin Live Scope. I have a 1022 that goes up here. And there's the Live Scope. And then you guys would fish out of a Nitro Z18. And right now I got my boat wrap from H&H Rods and Reels. Also some more of my sponsors. It's Cropaholic. Provide clothing apparel for all your Cropaholic needs. And there's my guide service, Cleared Hot Fishing.